Trin, how are you today?
Hi, great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I really enjoyed Hawkeye. I want to say thank you for bringing Kate Bishop on screen, but I think more importantly, thank you for bringing Lucky the pizza dog on screen because I've I've been waiting for that, and he's right there eating some pizza, and I love it. So thanks so much.
Awesome. Awesome.
So you've been with Marvel Studios for a very long time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've worked on everything since Iron Man, correct?
Yeah, I actually
In some way,
started
shape, or form.
I started at Marvel about 14 years ago when Iron Man and Hulk came out. So, it's
Wow.
amazing to see where we were then and where we are now.
Oh, it's fantastic. I did a rewatch not too long ago, and it's truly incredible to see it. So I'm curious, as somebody who's been with Marvel from the start, you personally, why did you think it was time for Hawkeye to get his own show, to get his spotlight in the MCU?
Well, because Steve Rogers, I've had many multiple stories told. Tony Stark, Thor,
Mm-hmm.
so all of the other Avengers have had sort of their time on stage, and it made sense that it was about time that we tell the Clint Barton story, and dive deeper into who he is, and sure we've shown some of that with his family in
Mm-hmm.
Ultron and the loss that he faced during Endgame, but there's still so much more to explore with him, and I think that was one of the reasons why I gravitated towards this particular project, is that the door's wide open in terms of who he is in the past and who he is now. So that's, and bringing Kate Bishop into the world is also an amazing thing.
It is. Well, and that was actually another question I had for you. I love that it's time for Hawkeye to get his spotlight, and I think a lot of people are going to say the same thing. I think a lot of people are really excited. But when deciding upon the Hawkeye series, a lot of this seems to be based off of Matt Fraction's run in the comics. How did the decision come about to implement Kate Bishop into the series?
Well, I couldn't stop putting down the comics when I was reading it. I just absolutely love
Awesome.
the tone, the style, the story, and most importantly, Clint and Kate bickering and bantering in that run. I think that was what was the most appealing part of Fraction, was that he created this dynamic between the two of them, that one minute they're arguing, then the next minute they're getting along, or they're joking, and so I think that was what was fun about it. And also putting Clint, obviously the Clint Barton that we have created over the decade is different from the Fraction run, and
Sure.
I wanted to inject a little bit of that lighthearted feel of the Clint Barton in this version. And what better way to do it than to bring Kate Bishop and pull that out of him a little bit.
Right. And I think it actually did a fantastic job with that. I did kind of like the lighthearted feel to it. I like the Christmassy feel to it. That
Yeah.
was really cool, in my opinion. Are we witnessing, the birth of a new young Avenger here with Kate Bishop?
I mean, look, I think our we take it one step at a time, and
Sure.
we want to make sure we get Kate Bishop right, and I think that's the most important thing. And I think Haley really brings that to life, and we'll see what happens down the line.
Well, I think she did an incredible job. I would love to see her as a young Avenger. Kevin Feige has mentioned in the past, specifically when it comes to actors like Jake Gyllenhaal, that he meets with them about several projects, about several different characters before they actually come to the conclusion that this is the character that you should play. Was there
Mm-hmm.
any other roles that Haley Steinfeld was maybe just thought that could be right for her, or was it always just Kate Bishop?
Well, anytime that there's a character that we're, wanting to cast, we throw out names here and there and see what fits. But with Haley, what's interesting is as soon as she walked into the room to meet with Kevin and me, it was we just knew that she was Kate Bishop. Just the way she just carried herself. We have a vision of who Kate is in our mind, and as soon as we
Mm-hmm.
saw her, it was just like, this is the person. There's Kevin. Obviously we got up, shook her hand, and Kevin's like, "Do you want to be a part of the MCU?" That's how strongly we felt about Haley, and she she did an incredible job bringing Kate to life for us.
Wow. So after the first meeting, it was the handshake. You're in.
You're in.
Wow. And I think I see why after watching the first couple of episodes. She is fantastic. The show's great. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Trent, thank you so much for your
Thank
time. Greatly
you.
appreciate
It's
it.
great chatting with you.
Absolutely. Take care.